Am I good? All right, you guys. So we're I realized as I'm going through the document to see what we're going to talk about today, if I kept scrolling down, I see that we have past week's topics. So we
Which
just
is all our topics from the past. From David. There's a time and place for everything, buddy.
And so as we're going through, we're just like kind of like realizing how far we've come in the actual, just topics of things. So we're going to go through and read some of these topics that we have. So week 1, your relationship with each other. And then I added, I haven't found joy since January 20th, 1997.
Is it how far we've come or how much you guys don't write in there anymore?
Probably both.
Both, dude.
It's week 2, breaking the muscle up bar at the gym.
David, that was true.
I don't even think we did talk about that.
We did. Yeah, we did. I know it's on the podcast because I've listened to it.
Go-karting when you have a license versus before you get one.
Mexican food dinner and Dalton's bowel problems.
What was the really long one that you were reading?
Oh, well, let me find it. It's week 18.
What was in red right there?
Huh?
What was that too?
That meant don't talk about it.
No. The fact that I murdered my presentation because I'm a badass motherfucker. That I had a really good presentation that I killed. Where is it?
It's up there, like week 14.
No, it's 18. So week 18, intro. Dalton can't light cigars.
Which is true.
The second segment. The one time Matt started to cry in a meeting because during the meeting the guy was a younger brother and told a story about how he's only alive today because his older brother gave him his kidney, and then in very detailed story gave the entire situation and about how much his older brother sacrificed for him to be alive and live a full life. And then Matt found out that they were only 3 years apart and basically did a terrible job at fighting back tears during the story. Then the next point. Dalton's going to be the world's greatest poker player.
I feel like that's when I was playing just poker every day, nonstop.
and then this is when Corona hit, so we had Corona ketchup. First segment, David's ear.
What does that even mean? Rachel's eyebrows is definitely a segment.
Yep, Matt Sports.
So what do you think? You're saying it shows how far we've come. What do you think that means?
This kind of also shows how little we've talked about.
Why?
Like I think the quality of these conversations definitely weren't the shit. I feel like we talked about a lot, but never really talked about a lot. You know what I mean?
Like now we have proper
we have conversations.
We have conversations.
Conversation
Before it was
points.
Yeah.
Where before then it was like we had like 10 points that we would go through in 30 minutes, and now it's like 3 to 4.
Yep. Oh, Matt's eulogy.
Oh, that was fucking rough, dude. I remember having to do that.
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyways, but one thing, our topics may change, but the one thing that stays the same. David, roll that intro. I'm Drumm.
I'm Drummer. I feel like that should go in the game.
You're making a game?
Every time we take a sip, somebody has to drink. Every time Matthew...
you have a drinking game for the podcast.
Yeah.
All right, let's go into it.
Talking about it.
Let's go into it.
No,
Okay.
We haven't made it yet.
Give us some ideas before you patent it out.
This is where we figure out our shit.
Absolutely not. Welcome back, everybody. Week 82.
Week 82.
Yes.
82, guys. That's 8 times 10 plus 1 plus 1. 82.
And as always, we're your hosts, where we forget what week it is every week. I'm Drumm.
And I'm Drummer.
This is a podcast about brotherhood and the 3 S's: storytelling,
The supernatural.
and self-improvement.
You
We're
fucker.
getting better, dude. We're getting
You
better. What's going on, man? How's your week?
Good, dude. I feel like it wasn't the best. I've been avoiding the dentist for like 3 years.
Nice.
And
I finally went. And everyone's like, you're going to be fine. You're going to be fine. I was like, no, because I know I have problems that need to be fixed and I really don't want to go. But I realized I needed to go because 3 days before there was like a hole in my tooth. And I was like, damn it. And I already rescheduled that same appointment once. So I couldn't reschedule it again. So it was good that I told a lot of people so they would tell me and make me go. So I can just, that was the best way I was going to do it. That was the only way I was going to do it. So I finally went. And the people were super welcoming, great place, everyone was super nice. But it turns out that they had to give me a root canal, an emergency root canal. the
'Cause he's
next
gonna
day.
get
They
sinus
couldn't even
infection.
wait.
No.
Yeah,
It was so bad.
it was so bad. And so they're like, you need a root canal now. And then we got to fix your other root canal because that lady did not do your teeth justice. And I was like, oh, shit.
So this is a different dentist.
Uh-huh. And this dentist is a lot cooler and works fast. So I was like, okay. So they were already in my teeth for like an hour cleaning it. The detailed work, just fucking digging in everything. And it fucking hurt. Hurt so bad. But luckily the person that was doing it, the dental hygienist, as they call them, she was funny as fuck. So she made the trip a little bit easier. And then, so, you know, in a little bit of debt, but you know what? My teeth are going to look good as fuck now. So I guess that's good.
Oh,
It works out. So yeah, I did that. And then,
Matt, have you ever had a root canal? You
I've-
just had perfect teeth your whole life.
I've not had perfect teeth. My teeth were busted, bro. I look
no. He doesn't mean how they look. He means the health of your tooth.
I've gotten a couple cavities. but
Like, how many
it's not-
cavities do you have in your mouth?
right now?
Yeah.
0.
No. Okay. How many fillings do you have in your mouth?
I don't know, 3 or 4.
Okay. Dalton?
Bro, every time I've gone to the dentist, I'm pretty sure I needed work done.
I thought you were going to say gone to the dentist.
Gone to the dentist. I'm pretty sure it's always worked. I always needed something done.
Yeah. Same.
The only time I think I really didn't was when I was going to the orthodontist because I always had to keep my teeth in check or Dr. Bond would have got mad.
Yeah.
So I didn't want to piss Dr. Bond off. So I would just take care of my teeth.
But also some people, like our cousin Lex is like super adamant about her teeth, but like she still gets cavities all the time. And it's just like the way your teeth are structured. Like sorry everybody.
Wow.
That's a big one.
I was like
That was a good one, dude.
Gopher from
The firm whistle.
Winnie the Pooh. No, but like some people's teeth are just like that, where they can brush as much as they want, but it's just the way it is, you know.
I wish. I got an electric toothbrush, though. She told me, she was like, look, your teeth, they can stay healthy, but you have to do 2 things. One, I need a mouth guard now when I sleep because I grind.
Yeah, so are your molars are gone?
Yeah.
They go up instead of down?
Uh-huh.
That's how mine are too.
Yeah. And she's like, you need a mouth guard. She's like, but since you have caps on your root canals, you need to get a custom made one. And I was like, okay.
Let me guess, she's the only one that could do the custom made one.
They do it theirs, man.
Smart.
They provide it all the services.
Sure they do, man.
They provide it for me, so I just go there and get it done. But they make me feel so nice. It's crazy the hospitality level of that place compared to the place I went before. I realized
before was awful.
it was shit. It just was looked nice.
No, they just whitened teeth, so mom liked it, so we went.
But every place whitens teeth.
Yes, I know.
So what are you saying?
I'm saying nothing. I'm just saying that's why we went there.
Because they whiten teeth. That's
Yep.
it. I feel like there's more to that.
Nope.
But
Ask mom. She'll call you.
I don't want to talk about dentists anymore, dude. I'm fucking exhausted from that shit.
All right. So what else happened this week, Dalton? Give me something more fun than the dentist.
What's more fun than the dentist?
You're working graduations.
Oh yeah, my kids graduated today.
Worst teacher.
That was
ever.
amazing. That was really cool. Big blessing.
But they still have to go back to school.
Yeah. So they still have 2 more days of school left. We just had to do it early for some reason, which I really don't understand why. So every time I would say like, "Oh my gosh, I'm so proud of you. I'll see you tomorrow." Like I had to say that to everybody because they were all just coming the next day.
That's like how at grad night, you had to go to the whole grad night and then you wouldn't get your diploma till you finished grad night to prove that you weren't going to fuck around.
Yep.
Did you go to yours?
Nah.
I don't remember going to mine. I didn't,
No? Was that Six Flags? I'm pretty sure you went.
because we were supposed to do like some fun stuff, and then my best friend decided to go to grad night, so I was like, all right, I guess I'm not doing anything tonight.
Why don't you just go to grad night? You like roller coasters. I went and I don't even like roller coasters.
That was also the first year that we didn't go to Disneyland.
Yeah, I remember that.
Our class voted to go to Six Flags instead of
which is
Disneyland.
dumb.
So dumb.
Yeah, that is dumb. Disneyland is way better.
I was talking to Emily today about how whenever you go, because she brought up your violin lessons, and I was like, "How is it?" She goes, "Oh, you can tell what he's playing." And I was like, "All right, cool." Like I'm not expecting like magic like the first like couple weeks. Like violin's rough. Like I tried to learn how to play it. And it's very challenging. But then I was like, "Oh yeah, he got lessons." And then where the hell was I going with this?
Well, I have a question.
What?
So,
Where was I going with that?
so there's this TikTok.
Oh,
okay.
Disneyland. So then I told Emily, I was like, yeah. And then she was telling me something about you. And I was like, when you go to Disneyland with David, this is a pretty awful story. I don't want to finish it. I am not finishing it. Dalton, you had a question about TikTok?
You're talking about violins, and then you went to Disneyland. Wait, you have to finish the story because I don't know what the fuck you were talking
No, all I
about.
was actually we were talking about David about violins, and there was a transitionary period where all of a sudden we were talking about Disneyland, and then I was like, oh yeah, when you go to Disneyland with David, he tells you all these random fun facts you never wanted to know about. Emily, please save me here. Text me and call me and tell me how we got there. I don't remember.
Wait, so what's the point of the story?
It was just about David and Disneyland, and then I thought about them. Dalton, you were saying about TikTok. I want to change the subject so bad.
What the fuck was that?
Sorry, bro, my ADD.
I was gonna say. I was gonna say that this guy on TikTok bought a fucking bagpipe and was playing it. Had no idea what he was doing, but his girlfriend was like, "Oh, what'd you order, babe?" And he was like, "Bagpipe." And, pulled it out and started trying to play it, but sounded like shit. And she was trying to eat her mac and cheese and couldn't. She was laughing too hard. And he was like, looked at her, looked back, and started. It sounded terrible. It was hilarious. So then I thought, what weird instrument would you guys play? If you could choose anything, any weird ass instrument.
It's that dome thing that people have, and you have to put pressure.
Oh, when you
Hand
tap
pans?
on?
Hand
Yeah.
pans?
Is that what those are called?
I think something like that.
That or a mandolin. Mandolin would be pretty fucking sick. Or a harp.
Okay, you gotta pick one. You pick 3.
I'm multi-talent. I can learn all 3.
Which one would you do, Dalton? Because I got to think more.
I was thinking probably that Japanese guitar thing.
Oh, the guitar piano kind of thing from Kung Fu Hustle?
Yes.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah. Oh, from Japan, but also from Kung Fu Hustle. This originated from Kung Fu Hustle.
That was the first time David saw it.
That's the first time you ever saw that instrument?
Yeah.
They play it on it was on The Last Samurai. No? Was it in The Last Samurai? Or am I going crazy too?
I don't think so.
We have to watch. Can you type that in?
No.
Japanese guitar on The Last Samurai?
The Japanese guitar is the one from Kubo. The one that looks like a banjo a little bit, but it only has the 3 strings, and you use the really hard triangle to play. It's not a pick. It's way bigger. It's like doom, 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 boom, 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 boom.
What do you think's the most superior instrument?
The harmonica.
The harmonica.
The harmonica.
What does superior mean?
I
What?
can play pranks on people.
What instrument does it all? Can and I think I know it. I think
Probably
we all
a
know.
piano.
Oh
This?
no, this one. Palawani. No, this one.
That's the one I fucking highlighted.
Okay, audio people.
I don't even describe it. Imagine a massage table.
That's where you go.
Imagine it's a harp situation with the strings, but it's on a table.
And there's triangles that lift up the strings in certain places, so they make different sounds. And it's when it's ding, ding.
No,
ding,
it's the inside of a piano, but then you just don't have the keys. You just play on the strings themselves.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
What does the inside of a piano look like?
Let me type it in.
You guys better be sending me all these things if I'm going to
I'll
be putting
keep
these
the
on the
tabs
video.
Let's keep it tabs open.
But okay, you say it's not piano then. What do you say?
I think it's a guitar.
You think a guitar is the one that does it all?
I think it can do it all. I think a good acoustic guitar can do blues, can
inside
do
of a
jazz,
piano.
can do rock, can do. I guess you're kind of right though.
Thank you.
Kinda right. I wouldn't say you're correct, but you're kind of right.
Harmonica is superior.
What instrument would you
I
choose?
said piano. Piano can do blues and fast stuff.
But it can't
Beatboxing.
it can't set a beat
Beatboxing
like a
can.
guitar can.
Yeah, it can.
Not really.
You do waltzes.
literally-
But I just the feeling I get from a guitar going dun, 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 then I get from It doesn't
You're
hit the
thinking
same.
of like melodic stuff. You listen to any old rock and roll, and it's all piano chords.
But that doesn't make me want to go.
He doesn't know the classics.
You know,
He doesn't.
Doesn't know the
Matt, I
classics.
know more classics than you. Shut the fuck up.
Name some classics.
Name some classics, Dalton.
Okay, if you guys want a good playlist, type in Swampy Blues. It's fucking killer. And it's just all old time blues
Bet you
music.
there's some harmonica in there.
Oh yeah, there's plenty of
Why is harmonica the most superior? You
Thank
said
you.
it was for praying.
I'm glad you asked. So
Didn't wanna know
harmonica
this.
is superior because it's portable, it's lightweight, you can literally put it in your pocket. And the best part is that you can make theme music wherever you are, and it's annoying. So when you're
It's-
walking down the street, if
You can also do that with the tuba.
You can do that
no,
with anything,
yeah, but
Matt.
that's incredibly inconvenient.
We're not talking about convenience.
Okay, well I am, and that's why it's superior because it's
What instrument
easy.
works best in any type of genre?
Just imagine little kids running, and you play the. And then they look up, and then you just hide your
Do
harmonica.
you think you can play that on a harmonica?
I know I can play that on harmonica.
Go get your harmonica right now.
I don't know where it is.
Oh, you know where it is.
I have
You
no
always
idea.
play that thing.
No, I don't.
Go check your desk.
No,
Guess it's not as portable as we thought.
I bet you it's on his desk.
it's so portable it gets hidden, which is why nobody plays it because they all buy a harmonica and then lose it.
I know exactly where his harmonica is.
Where is it?
It's right on his little where your books are.
The bookshelf.
Bookshelf. That's what it's called. Yeah, it's on the bookshelf.
I'll show you guys later. We'll do it for the outro.
All right.
You
Well,
do it for the outro? Yeah.
well, in actual news for the software boys here, we were talking about it earlier, but there is an app called An0m
An0m.
that was
An0m.
used to
Hack drug dealers.
take down like an entire country's worth of drug dealers in Australia and New Zealand.
How wild is that, man?
Yeah.
New Zealand has drug dealers.
How do you think that would happen? I know you haven't read it yet, but how do you think an app could do that? Being the software hacker that you are.
Well, it's actually kind of interesting because I wonder how they worded the terms of service, because that's the biggest thing.
I mean, it's a black market phone, so I don't know how
Oh,
conforming they are
I
to the
forgot.
terms
I didn't
of
know it was a
service.
black market phone. Right, you told me
Basically,
that.
what happened was the government decided they needed to track these drug dealers.
I thought you were talking about a normal phone.
So what they did was they got these phones and they encrypted them. And they basically sold them on the black market as untraceable phones. Right? Because that's exactly what drug dealers want. They don't want to be traced. So
Naturally,
the phones were traceable with just the government. So they basically just waited until there was a large enough transaction going down, and they pulled the trigger, and they had enough evidence to convict, and then there was over 800 arrests.
wow,
So much, and it's global. So I don't even know what the freaking how they're gonna split that up. If you're a part of a global crime, who's the judge? Are you judged by your home country?
yeah.
And it's a digital crime too, because you're only arresting based on the paper trail, the digital trail, which could be happening anywhere.
Yeah, and it's hard too because if a hacker knows how to do it, they basically just attach zip lines to strands of code, and they just zip on down into networks and other places that they're not supposed to be. And the best part is that apparently in the digital world, it's only going downhill because you can zip anywhere you want at any time, and sometimes there's multiple of you. That's gonna be a giant shit show. Can you imagine trying to read all the tracking IP addresses and stuff like that?
Yeah, that's a bitch to look at.
It'd be a pain in the
Well,
ass.
that's what VPNs are, right? That's where it just throws you around.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's why I always watch my sports out in the Netherlands.
It's safe there. I thought. Wait, what did you say? You said Switzerland?
That's what Matt just said right now.
What was the place that you just said?
That was Australia, New Zealand.
New Zealand. Man, that's crazy. I thought New Zealand was just a place full of peace and happiness.
But do you think that's something that can only be restricted to, phones that are specifically being bought for the purpose of being untraceable?
I mean,
Or do
I
you
feel
think
like it's-
do you think it can spread? Like if the FBI can do that with phones for drug dealers, do you think it can start doing that beyond?
I'm sure, but the only problem with that is people have rights. So some apps may say that they can do this and this and this. If it's not breaking their rules or terms of service, they can't really get mad at them for it. So it all has to be on the FBI's like app. Like they have to make an app, and I guess they have to word the terms of service in a certain way so it doesn't come to bite them in the ass. And they told them that, hey, we're gonna watch all these things, but in a very particular way. And they're like, we told them, and then they decided to do it on our app, so we caught them. So maybe they already have an app like that, where they try to do that stuff.
So do you think that means that the app that they did use had to also have that so that they could legally use those documents in court or something like that?
Yeah, it'd have to. That's just such a hard thing to do. Like technology is such a hard thing to like get a grasp on because it's like evolving faster than we can even think. Yep. Like we'll never catch up. It's just there's too many people. There's too many different brains on the same network. And things just go,
That's why I stayed down here.
Yeah, man.
That's why I stay on this network.
Yeah, man.
How can we be so far behind when people are the ones who are furthering that technology?
I don't understand your question, man.
Because people build off of it, right? So like sometimes people will need an answer to a question, and somebody will have this type of code that will be like the ground that someone else will use to jump off of, and then it just is basically like somebody moves the bar and then everybody else tries to catch up and figure out how they got there, and then everybody gets there, and then it's like this collective like experience where everybody learns and it becomes common knowledge. But then by the time it's common knowledge and people understand it, the people that are pushing the bars and the barriers a lot of times aren't the people that are working for the government or are not average civilians. So it's kind of hard to keep up when the people that are moving the bar are using advantage, knowing that they're doing stuff that's never been done before, and they can take advantage and make a lot of money off of the situation because by the time everybody figures out what they've done, they're on to the next thing, or they're out in some island just retiring off of the income that they made.
That's crazy.
I mean, it sounds kind of like the coins, all the crazy coins that are happening right now.
Yeah, all the shit coins.
They made so many crazy coins, man.
There's one that I saw. There's a cannabis crypto that's coming out. I read that today, and there's another one.
I thought you said cannibal crypto, and I was like,
cannabis.
how is that going to work?
Oh yeah.
No, but there's another one where it's like some
pretty physical.
It's like a porn-based crypto. It's
Cummies.
Like, yeah. I think that's it.
It's called Cummies.
I think that's it. Yeah, I read that. I was like, this is so dumb.
And that just essentially means that that's the specific currency you use to like pay that kind of stuff, like for the cannabis or for the porn or whatever.
I think so. I don't really know, to be honest with you. That's above my pay grade and my understanding.
I have no idea how that shit works.
However, listen to this, okay? So I have podcasts that I listen to that are all about cyber stuff. I was telling you about an episode earlier today. The most recent episode that I'm listening to, it starts out by telling the story about this guy who was back in the early 2000s, 90s, early 2000s. I think it's early 2000s.
It's okay. It doesn't matter.
Yes. No, it does. So he bought crypto when it was $600 a coin. Okay.
Which one?
A Bitcoin. Sorry. He bought Bitcoin when it was $600 a coin.
Yeah.
Okay. He had 18. So, let's say $10,000.
I think I know this story.
Numbers, right? He does a hack, gets caught, gets sent to prison for like fucking 25 something years, right? Long time. He's getting out in a couple of months. He's going to get out, and he has a journal that he put the there's a certain code that you need to access the funds of your crypto wallet or your Bitcoin wallet, right? So the police confiscated a bunch of stuff, but they couldn't find the code to get into his wallet. So he knows where it's at, and apparently it's in a journal somewhere that they have opened and gone through, but gave back to him. And he has a bunch of them, so he didn't tell them which one it was and all this stuff, right? So he's going to leave prison, go back to his stuff, get his encryption codes or whatever they are. He's going to get out of prison a millionaire.
You think so?
Yes.
How much are cryptos going for right now?
Crypto's
how much is Bitcoin?
30 grand.
30.
So you have 18
times
3.
32,000. It's about $500,000 right there.
Wow.
Yeah.
That was not the math that happened in my head.
What was the math going on?
Well,
We know how your math goes.
Yeah, it didn't go well.
I don't think that's the right math though. Is it? Because
if he's only got 18 coins,
forget what it was. I forget the actual number, but he comes out a millionaire. But basically, I was like, that's insane. So you're telling me that somebody that knows that just bought it because it was like the cool thing, it had its little like spike back in the day.
Did it say the kind of hack he did?
No, but
to serve 25 years has to be
But he's served prison, and the only reason he's probably gonna make all this money is because he literally had to wait. He had no access to it. He couldn't go sell. He couldn't go do anything because he couldn't. What is he gonna do? Tell somebody to, hey, go cash out my Bitcoin account for me? No, like they're gonna fucking take the money.
No, dude.
So he just sat on it and just waited and was forced to, and prison forced him to be a millionaire.
That's wild, man. How cool is that? I don't understand anything about this coin stuff, but I love hearing how crazy it makes money and stuff and drops and goes up. And I don't understand anything, but I love it.
I mean, essentially, it's just I can't get into the deep details
Please
of it,
don't.
of like the
Please
blockchain and all that.
Yeah.
But when I was talking to Rachel about it, because it was the difference between crypto and stocks, because it was like you don't sell your crypto, you convert it. And so it's essentially, I think, like you're not buying stock, you're not buying into a business that then you would like sell out of. You're just taking your US dollars and essentially converting them instead of to like a British pound or a Chinese yen or a Mexican peso or something. You're converting it to a digital style of coin. And the same way the British pound is like 1.4 times the value of a dollar.
Yeah.
Those crypto coins just keep changing. So you're really just changing it from one type of money to a different type of money. It's just that this other type has the potential to change its value in relativeness to the dollar.
That's a very good explanation. Because
that's why I was like, you're not selling your crypto. You're converting it back to what your US dollars and then taking that.
That's crazy.
But okay, you guys, we know Maggie's in the other room, right?
Yep.
We know she's sleeping. She's being a little darling, right?
Yep.
If Maggie was in trouble, what would you rather fight off to save her? A kangaroo or a bear? A mother bear
Kangaroo.
with her cubs right next to her.
Kangaroo,
I'd be able to beat the fuck out of a kangaroo.
I don't think I would win, but I would rather fight a kangaroo than a bear.
Why?
Because I feel like a bear is like wide, like in their attacks. Like it's like a wide sweep. But a kangaroo is kind of like a box, like kind of like a punch. I've dodged a couple punches. I've also taken a couple punches before. So just in the grand scheme of things, the probability of me possibly missing a punch or a kick from a kangaroo,
I feel like it's a lot easier to read a kangaroo than a bear too.
is higher than this giant bear running at me. And I don't know if it's going to swipe a claw or if it's going to tackle me and bite me or what.
So here's the thing is, you're right about this because the kangaroos don't have a big reach. So they can come out.
With their arms, but their legs.
Wait, here's my point. Is say they try the punches, doesn't work. It has to lean back to kick you. Now, it's going to be fast, but it still has to do this motion. The minute you see this, just back up. And it'll miss its kick.
Yeah, but then...
Boom, boom, boom.
No, but...
Back up.
No, but,
boom,
but,
boom.
but when it comes back... Mind you, in both of these scenarios, I'm not winning. You know what I mean? Like, there's no way I win in either of these scenarios. But what I'm saying is that when the kangaroo comes back, it comes back on its tail. So it's like not as simple as like step back because the tail is going to propel the fucking kangaroo forward.
No.
That's when you step dodge to the left.
I don't think their tails
Not
are
that
that
quick.
strong.
My knee hurt. I don't have that lateral motion, man.
I think you're thinking of just like, what's the kangaroo's name from...
Jack.
No. From fuck, what's his name? Winnie the Pooh. What's that kangaroo?
Kanga.
Kanga?
Yep.
That's his name.
And her son Roo.
Oh.
No shit.
Yeah.
Kangaroo, and they just split it up to
Yeah.
make you do it. That's funny.
That's
I've never noticed that.
So I was thinking, okay, so it's not Kanga then. It's the orange one. The
Orange is Tigger.
Tigger, yeah. So I was thinking about Tigger when you talked about that, but no, I don't think they can push themselves, like project themselves out with their tail. That's not possible. They're still too heavy. So I think it's a lot easier to get around.
Yeah, but Tigger's tail is like a spring. It compresses and stuff like that.
But he's also not a kangaroo.
True.
So we're not worried about Tigger right now. If it was Tigger, I think, dude, he would be insane, man, to try and fight.
He's just a crackhead.
I think honestly,
He's a tiger.
He could definitely beat the Avatar.
He's also a tiger.
You think that Tigger
Yeah.
could beat the Avatar in
Yes.
full Avatar state or just regular Aang?
Regular Aang. I think Avatar state's way too OP.
Regular Aang
I think.
Airbender.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can, dude.
No, you can't. Maybe Korra.
Nah.
Maybe I think we all could beat Korra.
Nah.
We just tell her she sucks. She's like, I suck. Korra's stupid. But what I'm saying is,
Wow,
Aang,
I'm feeling some very
bro, it's 3 seasons of her trying to figure out why she has it so easy, and then not doing good at anything, and then 1 season of her being badass. Think about that.
I never seen it, so.
Oh, dude,
sounds like every Star Wars movie
don't watch it. I
I've
just
ever
explained it to you.
watched.
Shut up.
Especially the first.
But
three.
both of those things have happened. I feel like you guys have seen.
I saw the bear
guy.
Oh, I've seen both. Then.
You ever see me in a room with a grizzly bear? Save the bear.
What is that from?
It's from some meme. I don't know.
I seen the one where the guy punches the kangaroo.
Yeah, 'cause
and
the
then
dog
I
gets too
saw the
close.
one of the mom saving her dog and like pushing the bear off the.
That was a teenage girl.
Oh really?
That was like
That was a girl?
16-year-old girl.
Brave.
Because it was like 4 tiny dogs that were over there, and the bear's hanging off the wall, swiping down, try and get the little dogs.
Yeah, I feel like I would run up on the bear like that. But also, too, if anything came after Maggie, I feel like I would just lose my mind.
That's what I'm saying. If the bear's on that back wall and Maggie's like trying to jump at it,
I would throw a chair. I would throw something for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I would.
Who's to say you don't hit that and then the bear like falls forward?
Because I would be throwing. I would make sure I threw.
It's that moment where you're like, okay, it just fell off. Either I go and get Maggie, or I take the opportunity to kill the animal.
There's no way you kill a bear, Dalton.
Matt, think about it. If it falls down, it hurts itself a little bit. That's your only chance, guaranteed, with the bear, that you're going to be able to kill it.
So you're telling me that a bear that climbs up in trees,
I grab the closest fork.
and you're going to kill a bear with a fork? It doesn't even touch the skin through the fur on a fork, Dalton.
You don't know how it works, man. You don't know how I roll a fork stuff.
No. Yeah, I would definitely throw something. I mean, I don't know. I'd do what I'd have to for Maggie, but
She's our life, dude. She is our life.
I understand that. That's why I wanted to ask.
what would you do?
What would I do?
Yeah.
Indy would just scowl at you.
You
Like,
just
why
see-
don't you come over here and help me?
I don't see Indy
Loser.
going after a bear, though.
I see Indy going after a bear.
Really?
If it's up high, out of his reach, if there's no way for him to interact with it as in his mind, he will go after
He's
it.
down for it?
The second the bear falls off,
He's not?
he's not.
It's
having
Audi
it.
Him and
5000.
his little bow tie. Start
Oh,
running
yeah.
inside.
Then
Oh,
he
yeah.
doesn't have anything to hold him back.
Yeah, that's true.
He needs something to hold him back.
Yeah, it's a very important barrier to have.
Yeah. Yes,
if
it
you found yourself up against a bear or a full-size kanga, would you find yourself praying to the flying spaghetti monster?
If
For
I knew,
help and
if
guidance?
if I knew what that was to distract, I mean, yes, because I feel like if a flying spaghetti monster came to any animal and me fighting, they would just automatically stop and they would just like start trying to eat the spaghetti monsters and I can get away.
You know what I'm kind of surprised about?
What?
It's like this is interesting, and also like you got to think about like the time that somebody like someone has a framed thing of a toast that looks like Jesus.
Yeah.
It's crazy that cults can be made of little things like this.
Yeah.
And
I think
like
there's a cult around Jesus.
I'm surprised there isn't a cult around the Jesus bread, because there's cults around for less. You know, like at least make it worth your while. You get bread if he doesn't work.
But yeah, do you guys not know the flying spaghetti monster?
No, what is this flying spaghetti monster?
So the flying spaghetti monster is the deity of the Church of the Flying Spaghetti Monster.
Okay,
Or-
this is no help.
This
tells me
is a
nothing.
treat.
This tells me
You can
nothing.
tell by the way it is.
Wow, couldn't eat.
Pastafarianism.
Okay.
Pastafarianism.
We'll go Farianism.
But okay, well, I thought it was like a joke religion. I thought it was like a joke thing. I think it's still supposed to be satire, but it's supposed to basically kind of it says promotes a lighthearted view of religion, opposing the teaching, and I guess this was in response to a school trying to say that they were going to teach intelligent design, which I think was like the next step above, like it was like a scientific way of saying God created everything in schools, in public schools. So this person created this like book, Bible kind of thing based on this deity to show how kind of easy it is to create a religion that fits the rules of society.
Interesting.
And saying like, oh, if you can teach that, then you should be teaching this as well. You know?
Wow.
That's
Good
super
for her.
interesting.
That's wild. I never even thought about that. Like, instead of going like, just being like, no, there's no reason, and having to prove your point. Like, she literally wrote a whole book proving her point. I was like, look, read this. Like this. That's really what, religion kind of is just finding a way to live in a type of way,
And it's the, saying that if you were going to teach intelligent design, it demanded equal time for flying spaghetti monsterism. And it's...
But is it teaching all religions or only a certain one?
He's just saying he's basically promoting like religious studies instead of one religion. That's why he's saying if you're going to teach this, you need to make time and also teach this. And it's I guess actually used as part of a philosophical argument. It's called Russell's Teapot, that the philosophic burden of proof lies upon those who make unfalsifiable claims rather than those who reject them. But what do you guys think about? I guess that Russell's Teapot.
I would like to be a part of this church.
There's a book that you can read about it.
No.
What's the book called?
It's called The Loose Canon, the Holy Book of the Church of the Flying Spaghetti Monster.
I love it. I gotta get it.
But what do you think about that argument that the philosophic burden of proof lies upon those who make unfalsifiable claims, rather than the people that reject them having to provide that proof?
I don't. You worded it.
Yeah. What's
in a weird way.
let's dumb this down.
Can you
What does
simple this up for me?
unfalsifiable claims mean?
So dictionary, David, really quick. A theory is falsifiable.
David's all, this is my only fucking
He had his
segment.
only segment. He's like, this is my segment.
He's all, gotta do my intro.
Everyone has to know. It's like, dictionary, dictionary.
A theory is falsifiable or refutable if it is contradicted by an observation that is logically possible, expressible in the language of the theory, which must have. There's a lot of big words. So, like for example, the statement "all swans are white" is falsifiable because here's a black swan. Like I'm looking at one.
That's a good movie
it.
too. Yeah.
So
And so they're saying that the burden of proof falls on the person that's saying all swans are white.
Yes.
I think
like if someone says all swans are white and then someone else says no, it's not on the person that says no to go find a black swan. It's up to the person who said it to prove that
all swans are white.
Yeah, they would have to be like, all right, go get all the swans in the world to show us that they're white. Otherwise, you can't say that.
Prove me wrong.
Yeah.
And they can't. Oh. Yeah, see, my head was like, I felt like you were giving me like reverse cards on reverse cards. Like I was going backwards on the thought process, but that makes more sense.
I mean, I think it's kind of like, innocent until proven guilty.
Yeah, I would say that. But I feel like religion's like so touchy for a lot of people that it's hard to even kind of come at this, Like I wouldn't really like, I wouldn't do this because I don't have the want or the need to like research to try and help prove them wrong or prove them right. You know what I mean? I just don't find the point in that.
I guess then. What
are you thinking about?
I can make a case for both people going to get it, but I think it just depends on as an individual finding the answer for yourself. So if somebody tells you a claim and then you go to find out that claim, I think that is a personal journey that someone should go on. I don't think the duty to prove something falls on the shoulders of anybody, because if let's say, somebody says, all swans are white, and then someone says no, and the person that made the statement about the swans decides to go and show that person that all swans are white, what if the other person just like they just said no because they've seen a black swan, and then the other person is now out? Like then they just become this annoying person that's arguing with them as to why all swans are white. And then if the other person is like, oh no, like there's a black swan, I've seen it before, and starts giving all this evidence about black swans, I just don't see a beneficial conversation going there. I don't know. It might be the way that it's positioned where it's like both people are so like firm in their stance that I don't see there being like a conversation to be had rather than like spitting facts at people. And you've heard me say before, like I'm not going to waste my breath. If I don't think you're in a position to hear something, right? Unless I really think you need to hear it one way or another, like I just won't waste my time. You know, there are people that I know that are so set in their ways. I'm like, okay, cool. Like, you know, you've clearly gone through enough to where this is the conclusion that you've drawn, and I'm going to respect that. But at the same time, I respect it the other way around. When I've made my conclusion about something, I'm not saying I don't want to be questioned, because if you know me, I do most of my questioning myself, but I always encourage it and welcome it for the most part. But I just have a problem with duty to convince others of a truth being placed on an individual.
And I think that's probably what this is leaning towards, is that it's so heavily based on the individual that this argument was going against probably for the individual, and so therefore going against the idea of it being a standardized requirement for like a public school. I think it was a public school, but even that gets far above our pay grade.
Absolutely.
That was really well said, Matt.
That was very well said.
Really well said. I like that.
So let's sit with that. Think about it as we go to a break.
A sandwich?
Whatever.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, hold on.
Do you like this mouse?
I love that mouse.
Like, if you can get any other mouse,
No.
and you would just stick with this one?
Yes.
It's because it's so tiny.
Look at my hands.
Put it in your hands. Wow, let me see it. I just don't see how that's comfortable. You have your rest of your palm. The rest of your palm is just hitting the ground. It's not. Your hand isn't being caressed.
I don't know. That's the only mouse I have. Anyways, and we're back, you guys.
We're back, everybody. How are we doing? How are you feeling?
I hope
and
you guys
what
enjoyed.
is the vibe?
Hope you enjoyed your break as much as we enjoyed ours.
Okay.
All right, someone bring us in. What are we doing?
All right. We're doing slang trivia with Matt Drumm.
Hi, I'm Matt Drumm.
What do we have intro for that?
No.
I don't think so.
No. We
I also
just go
don't think
into
it's. I don't think it's possible to make a intro with that. Slang trivia with Matt Drumm.
Hi, I'm Matt Drumm.
All right. Well,
He's got his own intro going.
he's doing his own thing.
I just always introduce myself just in case they forgot.
Okay, got it. All right. So it's a game where we pick. I'm sorry, I don't know why I can't see right now.
We let David bring it in. I like when David introduces the second segment.
Okay, I suck. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Explain for far too long.
That's okay. Just this part.
Hey, we like that about you, David.
Slang trivia is when Dalton has a list of words that span the decades of time that are all slang, because Matt Drumm is a professional man, so he doesn't know slang. And he's going to try and guess his way through these terms
Oh, he's not going to.
as to what they mean and where they came from.
Last time you said that, I did,
No,
and then you thought I cheated.
This is actually hard.
Okay.
This is actually hard.
All right, hit me with them, man. Let's see.
All right, let's start with something easy.
So we got
sucked it.
5 terms today.
5? All right.
I'm not gonna say this in any expression. I'm just gonna say it. Up your nose with a rubber hose.
Up your nose, the rubber hose. So, okay, up your nose. It's like when you smell something incredibly potent and like it hurts your sinuses really, really bad. And then you're like, oh man, like that hurt my nose. And then you're like, man, that went up your nose like a rubber hose.
No.
Okay. All right. Am I close?
Try again. You're close.
Try and use it as in a sentence.
My allergies really oh, no. Dalton made chicken yesterday and he left it out overnight. All the flies got on it, and then a bear came in and shit on it. And that stench just went up my nose like a rubber hose.
You're too literal with it. You're too literal. But so what it actually means is a scapegoat expression for extreme frustration or backed into a corner with no intelligent answer is thought of. and no intelligent answer is thought of. And it's from the, can you guess the time?
30s.
What? The 70s.
No, okay.
Why do you go 30s?
I don't know.
Do you understand?
No.
So, what is Dalton's go-to phrase?
Fuck off.
Yeah, it's that from the 70s.
Up your nose
When,
with the rubber
when
hose.
someone's coming at you.
Up your nose with the rubber hose.
Like, Matt, why weren't you at the gym this morning?
Up your nose with the rubber hose.
Rubber hose up
Exactly.
with the
Okay.
Immortalized by
that's it.
John Travolta in
Alright.
some movie.
All right.
Oh, he actually says it?
Yeah,
Oh, that's
that's
cool.
where it comes from.
Cool.
All right, I'm gonna
So that's
give you,
one. You're 0 for 1 right now.
Oh for 1. I'm usually 0 for 1.
Yeah, it's starting off. This is usually how it starts. All right, ready?
Yep.
What's your bag?
What's your bag? Like, what's your deal, bro? What's your bag? What kind of baggage you got in your life? Let's get into it, man.
Where's it from?
So is that's what you guess it is?
Yeah, like what's your deal?
Like, what's your deal? What's your story?
Yeah, what's your story?
Uh-huh.
What time?
The 50s.
Why do you
You're
think
close.
the 50s?
Because I feel like at that time it was very common to have bags.
They just had bags everywhere. Just bags were around. It's from the 60s,
Okay.
which is interesting because it seems like something that would be like even like I would see in the 2000s.
Do you think it'd be
What's your
maybe it
bag?
came back?
Like, what's your bag?
So I am right.
No.
No, you're wrong. But you're right about the meaning, but you're wrong about the time.
I don't
You're-
care about
you're
the
not-
time. I got
you're
the
not-
meaning right?
You're not even quite right with the meaning.
Okay, what's the meaning?
What's your problem? Why are you mad?
What's your bag?
It's not like, hey, what's your deal? It's like, yo, what's your deal, dude?
Okay. All right. I'll
Back off.
I'll take the L on that. I'll take the L.
You should.
And so it's something that you two can say to each other all the time now to piss each other off.
What's your bag?
If you're coming in hot at each other for any given reason, just be like, hey, yo,
Ooh.
Dalton, what's your bag?
I don't think you're gonna know what this one is, to be honest. Ready?
I have a better
don't think
shot as
so?
any of the other ones.
Is it the third one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, what
this
is
is this would be good though. Poggers.
Poggers? Spell it for me.
Poggers.
Okay. All right.
Don't ask for an adjective. I don't know how to do those.
Poggers. Can you use it in a sentence?
No.
That was poggers, bro.
That was poggers. That was
Or it'd be poggers, dude.
poggers, dude. Shred the gnar, bro.
Why are you stuttering like a car engine?
Poggers, dude. Wild.
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 Use it in a sentence.
Dude, fighting that kangaroo was poggers, dude.
What time do you think it's from?
The 90s.
From the 90s? That's a good guess.
That's a good guess. That's a good guess.
It's here. So here's bonus points.
'Kay.
It's an acronym.
Wait, hold on. Do I? Huh?
It's an acronym.
Oh.
Yeah, you
It's
know.
like
So what does it stand for?
Not the full thing is an acronym, but the like half of it's an acronym.
So POG
yeah,
is an acronym.
yeah.
It could be GERS.
It's the worst acronym ever.
I don't know what's an acronym.
NASA is an acronym.
That's a terrible example. He doesn't know.
Wait, it's like national.
Yes.
Like that, like the letters.
Yeah,
Okay, got
you
it.
know, CSUF.
I'm
is
pretty sure
a
it's not
acronym.
national, but you know,
Pog.
I'm going with what I got.
I
Poggers. Hurry up.
want to say people
No, you're wrong. Okay, here's what it is.
People
only
only.
grind.
Okay. it's so decent. It actually means play of game.
Oh.
So
So that's why it came from
poggers,
like Fortnite, Call of Duty,
yeah,
stuff like that.
It's like the best part of the
Ah.
game. The best play of the game.
you know, they get a certain kill. People are
Oh.
like pog.
Started back around 2010.
Play the game. Okay, cool.
All right, last one.
Did you
Last
know
one?
what GOAT meant? Or were you the person that explained what GOAT meant?
Goat's another acronym. Yeah.
Greatest of all time?
Yeah, we everyone knows what GOAT is.
No, I explained it to somebody recently. I thought it was you.
No, I've always known what GOAT meant.
Was it your dad?
No.
Freaking Brady's the GOAT, dude.
All right, you got two more.
All right, ready?
Matt's 1 for 3 right now.
Heart Horny.
Heart Horny. Heart, like two separate words, or is it one word?
Two separate words.
Two separate words. It's when you're attracted to somebody emotionally and you want to fuck them, but like you're not attracted to them physically, so you don't want to actually do it. But like, if their personality was a person, you would totally go for it. Yeah.
Like, how would you use it in a sentence?
Like, David, man, dude, so and so, just gets my heart horny. Like, just gets me going.
I guess it's a pretty blatant term.
But
like,
if it actually came to, like, I just couldn't. I'm just not attracted to them physically, but emotionally, hell yeah.
Interesting.
I'd give like half points
I
for
give-
that.
How is that happen? I feel like you either get it or you don't.
You were there, and then the more you explained, the
The
less
less.
it seemed to be what it is.
You're just
So-
attracted to somebody's personality and everything about them, but you're just not attracted to them physically.
And I think it's just situationally.
Yeah,
he's not in the
they're
right
very
situation.
situational. Yeah.
Okay, well, put me in a situation.
There's no one. It's not a specific person.
So what?
You are-
like
it-
directors, so
like
you're just
if-
attracted to your heart gets horny for directors?
If so, it's not
Like a group of
it's-
people?
It's not an applied.
Directors.
It's not an applied sensation. It's not an active sensation. It's a passive sensation. You're not heart horny for something. You are just heart horny.
For everyone.
For something.
I'm heart horny for Dr. Pepper.
All right. Here's what it means.
Not for anything. Yeah, don't go for it.
Heart horny. Not horny for a body, but horny for a real emotional connection.
So I was right.
Yes,
In a way. But you explained it and then it got weird.
Well, horny's in the term.
because you kept going on. You kept going on like I don't want to fuck them. I just want to. I want to be around them. You're talking about a friendship, but you're making it really
Yeah, it got a really weird
real
friendship.
weird.
I don't know where you were going with that, but the friendship was getting real like kinked out.
I felt like the horny part was very important, so I felt like the need to continuously
you know
like,
that-
put it in
you know
there.
So you're horny for heart, is what you're is.
I just feel like it's
You
a
don't
weird
want
term in
to. You
general.
don't want to just. You don't like. You don't
'Cause
want
what
to
do you-
just have
what-
a bunch of. You don't want to have a bunch of one night stands. You're tired of just meaningless sex. You want an emotional connection.
Yeah,
you want a
but-
relationship.
Yeah, but when you're horny, you're horny. Like I feel like that word it should be
You're
something
heart
else.
horny. You're not normal horny. You're horny for emotions.
Heart horny.
You want a relationship.
Okay, I'm gonna say that one's like the 80s.
Oh, 2020.
No, okay.
That's
Oh,
brand
really?
new,
Oh
brand
yeah. Oh wow.
All right, last one.
Okay.
The Royal Shaft.
The Royal Shaft. The Royal Shaft. That's what they call the Prince's golf clubs.
The Princess Golf Clubs.
Yep.
Okay, use it in a sentence.
You think that's the slang term?
The slang term.
Specifically just for the Princess Golf
Yeah,
Clubs.
yeah, specifically the driver. The PGA Tour is coming up, mate. Go get the Royal Shaft.
All right, that was terrible. The Royal Shaft, a great, destructive, unfair act.
Oh, like a shaft, like you shafted me. Not a shaft.
You
like
got
a,
royally
You
shafted.
got royally shafted.
You
Oh,
knew. You knew.
That's
this
like
is-
the early 2000s.
No, it's from the 70s.
Really?
Yeah.
At
Definitely.
least it started in the 70s.
I feel like
It's
people
been
use
around
that
forever.
now,
I was gonna say. I feel like
Yeah,
I
that's-
feel like
that
it
could be
definitely
definitely-
said that in middle school.
That definitely could be used now, for sure.
Definitely said that in middle school when in the early 2000s.
Well, you may not have won, but you learned a lot, Matt.
I did.
job.
I
Great
learned. I
job.
learned quite. I did more. I did better than I thought I was gonna do.
You
To be
did
honest
do
with
You
you.
better
did
than
a
I
lot
thought.
better than we thought, and you came out with GOAT. You know, you taught us a little bit of it.
I'm a giver, man. Yeah, I'm just here for that emotional connection. I'm just heart horny.
What, Dalton?
I'm a giver, man.
I'm a giver, man. Hey, bro, what's your bag? What's your fucking bag, bro?
All right. Now we're going to get into our next segment.
I just got royally
When
shafted.
There you go. One of our signature segments.
The boys' room.
And this is where we come to our boys.
What's up?
Ask
It's me.
them some advice.
Your boys.
We give them some situations. We get some answers. Here's the first one. My husband called our 14-year-old daughter a C word for refusing to sit down and have dinner with us.
What's their relationship like?
We're
Wow.
gonna find out right now. So the daughter is picky when it comes to food.
What a...
So because of that, she doesn't sit with us at the table too often, especially if I'm cooking something she doesn't like. she'll just have leftovers or something. And so my husband's had a problem with how she's been behaving lately. Now, I said it's normal teenage stuff, but he insisted she's getting more and more disrespectful each time and needs to just get over it and eat with us. So he was watching a hockey game and eating dinner at the table. He kept asking where our daughter was, why she's late, talking about more discipline, how she disrespects table manners. And I said, hey, if you care about table manners, put your phone away. So then he ignored her for a couple minutes. And then he shouted for her to come down. And then the daughter comes to the top of the stairs and is looking down and starts asking, hey, what'd you make for dinner? What'd you make for dinner? And he's like, no, come down to the table.
He looked at her and said, what's your bag?
Yeah. And she's like, what? And then so she tells the daughter that she made whatever. She's made a face, said that's not her favorite, and asked for some leftovers. And was about to get the leftovers out of a fridge when my husband stopped me and told me to put it back in the fridge.
Said, oi.
And that our daughter can have some respect and sit and eat what was on her plate. The daughter said she's fine with leftovers. And he said, no, sit at the table and eat. She said, no. I said he needed to drop it. And then he lashed out at me for saying I'm teaching my daughter to think it's okay to act like a see you next Tuesday.
Like a cunt.
Which is what she was doing right then, and that I was spoiling her rotten, is what he kept saying.
Nice.
Daughter immediately ran upstairs and started crying. I yelled at him for what he called her and told him it was unacceptable and wrong to do that. There are other ways to address the issue, but name calling is never okay and is considered verbal abuse.
Yep. Yes.
He got more upset and argued that he's just trying to get her to show some respect.
I don't think that's the way to
and
go
that
about
instead
it, man.
of backing him up, I chose to pick a fight over something he said in the heat of the moment.
Nice.
Now the daughter's hurt and crying and don't think she'll ever forget that her dad called her that.
That's not something you forget.
It's kind of hard to forget that one.
He took his plate, his phone, told me to give him a break, and then went to eat in the living room. He hasn't apologized and says apologizing will make her think it's acceptable. How do I deal with this shit?
All right. Well, look, first of all,
dude,
this guy's just tired of getting royally shafted by his daughter. All right.
and he's clearly food horny, not heart horny right now.
Not pog.
Not pog.
That
Totally
not-
not poggers.
not a pog
Not
moment.
poggers.
That is not a pog moment.
How many of our fucking words can we use in one sentence? Yo, he called his daughter a cunt.
Yeah.
He straight up called his daughter a fucking cunt.
Yes, Dalton.
How rude is that?
Very rude.
Oh my god.
I feel like you're just using this.
I know,
as an
it is
excuse
literally
to
like-
keep saying that.
It's like the story of my dad. My dad used to have a neighbor named Richard. So my dad used every opportunity he saw him to say, hey, Dick, just to say the word Dick. That's what Dalton's doing right now.
Okay, well, I just think it's really fucked up that he called her a cunt.
Yes.
What do you do if? Can you imagine being that stubborn? Like
As the kid or the dad?
dad being like
Okay, first of all, do you think any of what the dad's feeling at all has merit?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, I think there's a way to fix it.
There comes a time when your child is, for the record, when I say his feelings are justified, his actions aren't. But like I want to make that very clear.
Yes.
No way am I supporting calling your daughter that at all.
Unless they're doing it, man. They're being a cunt.
But like there comes a point where like your kids don't want to hang out with you and they don't want anything to do with you, like as teenagers. Now I believe there should be a level of respect. Like now traditionally it's, sit down at the dinner table with your family and this and that. But like as a parent, you feel that you're losing this connection with your kid and you don't really know what to do. And you have these memories of, I bet you they were probably close when she was growing up. And now he's having a hard time relating and connecting. So, like, at least if they can sit down at the dinner table together, they can have a quote-unquote forced conversation. But, he can still spend some time with his daughter, right? And I think this scenario is a boiling point for a lot of other things. I don't think it's necessarily like this like one incident that she was like, well, what are you making for dinner? I think it's just a culmination of a lot of things. It just happened to form a 4-letter word that you should never say.
To a little girl.
Just in general.
For the most part.
I agree with Matthew, though. I think that there's a lot of underlying tones for this one. I think there's probably some problems in the relationship. There's It seems like they have a very big different like values in parenting. I just like I can't relate to this in any way. So I don't know how to come at this. I don't know. It's very different.
If Matt never wanted to eat any food you made,
I would have more food.
You wouldn't have a problem with him.
No, not at all. Not even a little bit.
I think it's a different dynamic though, because he has no power over you.
Yeah.
I have power over Matt.
No, you don't. I'll beat the
I'll
shit
look
out
at
of
him and he just cries.
you. No.
I
Now-
saw a tear.
So what is the compromise before we get into how to deal now with the aftermath of this? What's the compromise, I guess, to try and make the daughter and the dad both happy with the situation?
The compromise.
The
compromise.
I think they both need to understand where the other is coming from, which I don't think is gonna happen. Like if this is how he's acting over this, I can assume that he's probably very much like it's my way or the highway. Like he doesn't want to compromise at all.
That's the vibe it definitely gives off.
Yeah. And I could be wrong. Like this could just be like the one incident. He could be trying to compromise 1,000 different ways. But it's like, okay, if you don't want to eat, like you don't have to eat what we make if you don't like it. But I just want you to eat with us. Yeah. Like that's the compromise.
It sounds like she was going to. She was going to take a different dinner.
Well, the post said that she heats leftovers. She heats leftovers and eats them in her room.
Huh.
No. Yeah, like I don't know. Like teenage years are so weird. Not that I am advocating or being okay with disrespecting your parents or anything, but I think they just need to talk and just like we say almost every single week, communicate. But I have a feeling that that's going to be very hard, especially after this. So
yeah, there's gonna be some resentment in there and be a little fucked up for a while.
Yep.
Hopefully he figures it out. I don't know. I can't imagine. It seems like I feel like it's hard to have a kid in general.
Do you think there's an answer before needing to go to family therapy?
Say sorry.
Yeah, apologize and talk about it. Explain why you were so frustrated that you used the one word you should never call your daughter.
He literally did the one word that you should never call your daughter.
There's like 3 words you shouldn't call your daughter,
Yeah.
and he chose like the worst one.
What an asshole.
All right.
Oh,
well,
man.
here's the next one. You guys ready? My boyfriend, he's 21, and he likes MILFs.
Amen.
Oh yeah,
I assume
doesn't?
most guys do, but he really does.
nice.
I'm
Yeah.
only 2 years older than him, but he doesn't care. It's just an interest for him. Not everything, but a lot of what we do involves a friend's mom or a teacher role play.
Uh-huh.
Right on. Okay.
Anyway, this is kind of stupid and petty, but it always makes me uncomfortable when he's around my mom. She's married and he's not a creep, so there's no threat or anything. I just feel uncomfortable. She's like an older version of me, and I can see with the way he looks at her, sometimes he acts like a kid with a crush. Now, I doubt it's anything purposeful. I just wish I could control looking at him when he's around my mom. Like he said, she looked beautiful at my dad's birthday yesterday and did that thing where he pretended like she was 30. These are normal things, but with the context of his kink, I just end up feeling upset for no reason. I tried to bring it up twice. The first time he laughed it off, and the second time he got pissed. Is there anything I can do, or is this just a live with it, sometimes this happens kind of thing? What were you going to say, Matt?
So the sentence I didn't understand at first, I know Dalton didn't either, is that like he did the thing where he pretended like he thought she was 30. What that is like, oh wow, like 30 never looks so good when she's clearly not 30.
Like she's definitely way older.
Yeah,
They complimenting her.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And then this is the
what did you think it meant?
I don't know.
I didn't know. That was gonna be my question. Like, was that part of the like role play with
Like
his
she has to be
girlfriend?
30 years old.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, I don't know. No, this is a conversation that needs to be had. Like, they need to talk about
And
it.
it's tried to be had twice.
that's just, I don't know because it's such a I think boundaries need to be met with, like, there's a fine line between your kink and your relationship with my mom shouldn't be together, and she has to be like, I noticed you doing these things, I would appreciate if you stopped. If not, then like I don't really want you coming to my family parties anymore if you're checking on my mom and not me the whole time.
Yeah.
That's kind of wild. That his kink is taken to that level.
Yeah, I think that there needs to be boundaries like with each other and even with him with his own like, relationship with the stuff like.
And it would probably be okay if he just didn't say anything to her on the way back. Like, didn't say anything to the mom. Like, no compliments. Just be like, oh, good to see you. Normal. Just normal.
Just have
normal
Have
conversation.
a normal relationship. Yeah.
No need to throw in things like that if you know it makes somebody uncomfortable or you know it's your kink.
But you don't think
or even just like don't role play with the kink for a while to make your partner like comfortable with that. Like it's fun to do that, but that's not the only way that I need it. You know what I mean? Like we can go in and out as we see fit. We can stay in it as long as we want. We can do it without it. Like I think there needs to be a boundary of sexual relations within a kink aspect, but then also to like sexual relations like with your partner, like just as them. You are moving so much today.
I'm sorry. Oy.
Bro, stop hitting the damn ice chest.
Calm the fuck down.
All right, you guys ready for the next one?
Yeah.
We got number 3 right here. My boyfriend and I have been together for 3.5 years. Now, he's the heaviest sleeper I've ever met. And he used to sleepwalk a lot, but he's only sleepwalked a handful of times throughout our relationship. He talks a lot of gibberish whilst asleep too, and in the most recent one, he was aggressively adamant that he was going to go to the park naked and called me a bitch and pushed me to the floor when I tried to stop him. I couldn't wake him up at all. He misses alarms a lot and is often so deeply asleep that I can literally push him to the end of the bed and he will not awaken. He will chat nonsense at me though, and it can be rather nasty. I fear that there could be a fire or an emergency that he just wouldn't wake up, and I'm fed up of being told abusive things. Half an hour ago, I was told to Dalton.
Fuck off.
Is he British?
Yeah, he is now.
Leave him alone. Go away. I don't want you. And
Cunt.
for trying to wake him up so that he could tell me his work alarm time as he'd fallen asleep and forgotten to put it on. I do tell him when he's been particularly bad and he apologizes, but he also thinks I should just get on with it because it's not actually him saying these things. It's his sleep version. It's starting to wear me down. I want to be with him, but I can't stand how he is when he's asleep and I share a bed with him.
That's rough.
That's wild.
This is a rough one.
He's mean. He's so mean. I mean, I've definitely been that sleeper that has thrown some punches.
Yeah?
I won't lie. I've thrown a kick or two. I punched. I've done that. Yeah, and I've been told. But, like, I'm a big talker. I'll like, mumble and say random shit.
I mean, you've verbally abused Matt.
Mm-hmm.
When?
In the apartment when you slept 3 feet away from me.
How?
Because you would wake me up. Matt. What, Dalton? I can't believe you fucking did that to me, dude. Are you kidding me?
That's
right
not
now?
verbally abusing you,
dude.
I was going through some trauma with you then.
It woke me up.
It kept me up at night. It kept my sleeping version up.
You were asleep.
My sleeping version was awake and it was feeling my emotions.
Your sleeper version was very active.
Yeah, it was a interesting time for both of us, but I think that for this guy in particular, I think this would be interesting to do. Like, what kind of therapy is it? Hypnosis therapy, to see if he can find the reasons why he thinks like that. Maybe he holds a lot of resentment towards her, but he holds it all deep inside, that it can only come out when he's sleeping. That's the only time he's not aware, conscious of what he's doing.
And he probably feels comfortable enough because he's like, oh, it's my sleep version. Like, he has an excuse. So, like, it feels like it starts to come out.
He's made like a thing in his head saying, it's not me.
But it's his subconscious. He's not pretending to be asleep.
Yeah.
So that he can say these things.
Yeah. I definitely think he's asleep. But I think hypnosis, whatever that therapy is, I think it'd be really good for him.
Yeah. Or I think he should meditate or like ask himself why those are the things that are coming up in his sleep. Not just
don't blow her off.
Don't just blow her off because you're sleeping. Like there's reasons.
That's crazy, man. That's real gnarly. That's like some legit shit right there.
Do you think Do you think they should get like a second bed, or
No, I think he needs
beyond?
to fucking take a look at himself in the mirror and figure out what the problem is.
He can't do that because he's sleeping.
You do when he's awake.
All right. Well, our last one. I'm a 30-year-old female, and I have a PhD in a STEM field:
I don't know what the fuck that means.
science, technology, engineering, and math.
I would have never put those three together.
So it's another acronym.
Okay.
I make six figures, but I live way below my means. And I live minimalistically, and I'm not materialistic in the slightest. And she's very humble, guys. I've been trying to date online for 2.5 years now, and I've gone on probably over 100 dates now. The only men that seem to want a second date are extremely successful and high-achieving men, i.e. doctors and lawyers. These men don't seem like they make good husbands because their egos are high and they're super materialistic. So, for example, last week I went on a date with a surgeon who has a $140,000 car. He told me how much it's worth. And he's obsessed with. He keeps texting me wanting a second date. The normal guys that I feel would make good husbands pretty much never want a second date with me. Last week I also went on a date with a software salesman, and I thought it went well, but he never texted again. I also went on a date with a dental student. I really liked him a lot, but he never texted either. I can't help but feel like guys are intimidated by me. How can I do better in the future so men don't feel that way?
She thinks they're intimidated.
And is there anything I can say to the dental student that maybe will help my case? I really liked him. So first question, do you think that she's intimidating, or do you think it's something else?
I think she's bad at dating.
Why?
I don't know.
What's the vibe you get off of this off of the way she's writing this?
I don't know. I don't know where the right people to ask for that. She's a 30-year-old female who has a PhD in the STEM field and makes six figures. What? I mean, yes, that I can see how that's like intimidating for a dude that isn't living that lifestyle, right? They're not rich. They're not making six figures. They're maybe working minimum wage jobs. Yeah, like that sucks. But you know, if they don't have that ego to school like mindset, they should be fine. Like
I have two like thoughts. Like one, if this is true, like everything she's saying, right? Like this isn't just her perspective and it's actually like delusional. It's like I don't think she should change to appease some guy. You know what I mean? Like I don't think she should change any. Like I think she'll find somebody. It's just gonna take time. But at the same time, I can understand from a guy's perspective how if you're on a date with somebody and they're incredibly successful and they do all this stuff, like it might make you feel belittled. Like I can 1000% see that, right? And like Dalton said, like if you're somebody that has the ego and you need to be the breadwinner and all this stuff, like, you know, then yeah, that's clearly not going to work. But I'm curious as to how she speaks about all of this.
Yeah.
Well, that's my question is if you're not getting to a second date and the reason you think you're intimidating is because you are making six figures and have a PhD in a STEM field, like how are they find that doesn't necessarily seem like first date info.
Yeah, so I think that's my question is like when they're discussing these things, one, how is it coming up? Two, is she saying it in a way that is like backhanded compliments, like
she still has an ego even though she doesn't think she has
everyone
an ego.
Everyone has an ego.
Yeah.
And usually like the people that swear they don't have the biggest ones, and it's like
or the people. Well, do you think then that's what? Keep going. Sorry.
So like the way she's saying it, the way she's translating it in her head is probably like, you know, like yeah, I make good money. I live like well below my means, blah, 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 blah. But I can still like, you know, well below my means is still like a Porsche. And, you know, I could really pay for this dinner if we wanted to. I could actually buy the whole restaurant. But like, I just don't do those things because like, I'm just so minimalistic. Like
that's just not me.
Materialistic things don't matter to me, even though I could have them all.
That's kind of what it strikes me as. And
that's
why my first thought.
And
that's an extreme version.
That's
obviously.
Why my first thought after the first two sentences is, and she's super humble.
Yeah,
because it sounds like the kind of thing where it's like, hey, we can totally split this meal. I mean, I have no problem covering it. You know, like I can definitely you know make enough, but you know we can do that.
Yeah. Or dental school is super interesting. I remember when I went through it when I was 16, like it was crazy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like might be things like that. And it also too, they might just not be into her. Like there are some people that just come off too aggressively and they just might, that can scare people off where they might, you know, they're 16 steps ahead and you're like, I haven't even gotten my drink.
I'm still trying to, yeah. Like what? Some people move quick. And I mean, if she's been on all these dates, she has to stop looking at the person she's dating and start looking at herself. Like, what is she doing that's not? But it would be cool if she could ask that. Like, ask
kind
those
of
guys.
what she is. That's kind of what she's doing. I would ask.
Ask the dude.
Especially like the dental guy. Because at least if you ask the dental guy, one, you get to have a conversation with him, right? So you get to talk to him again. But then two, you can get his perspective and then, you know, either A, he's going to be like, okay, like, cool, I can like, you open up that line of communication from that point.
Yeah, there's a new level of trust built right there.
And hopefully he's honest.
And it shows, I think for the dude, it would show that she's trying to understand. She's trying for something. What little it is, she's trying for it. And so that could mean a lot to him too.
And who knows? Maybe she's just not the guy's type. The guy's like, nah, like I don't want that. She thinks too much.
But the rich guys do want second dates.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true.
So why would the rich guys want second dates and not?
Maybe because it's a challenge to them. They're not fazed by it. Which again, if the rich guys want second dates, I can almost guarantee you she's bringing it up in a way that makes everybody feel like, you know, like, oh, like she's not as humble as she's making it out to be. It's probably the backhanded compliment type of thing.
Do you think so?
Yeah.
Well, then, because if that's the biggest factor is the people that already have all the materialistic stuff and don't care how something gets paid because they know they can cover it, you know, they know they can give her the lifestyle that she can afford if she's pitching it, even though she says it's like minimalistic. For the people that, you know, can't necessarily do that or are on their way, if they're the only ones that are doing it, she might be like speaking about the lifestyle that she lives or wants in a way where he's like, well, I don't fit into that. That's just not where I'm at right now, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's intimidating. It's scary. It's and it's a lot to take in for a first date. And I think she's very forward on her first dates, it seems like.
Yeah.
So it could be a big turnoff. Who knows?
What we do know, Dalton, is what you're squaring up with this week.
Dude, oh my God. So I've been wearing rainbows every day since last Wednesday. I've been told to break them in, and I've been told it's a rough experience. Now from veteran rainbow wearers, they have told me many things to do. I have not listened yet. I should. And they are painful. It hasn't gotten better. Still hurts. My feet hurt. My heels hurt. It's not really forming to my feet. I feel like it's taking forever, and this is way longer than it takes for any other shoe that I've ever had in my life. So this is a challenge, and I'm working through it. So yeah, that's what I'm squaring up with. What about you, Matt?
Squaring up with flies. There's been a lot of flies in my house recently, and they're very annoying. And I had a meeting the other day, and I could hear the fly buzzing around. It's the noisiest fly that I've ever heard of in my life.
Could everyone else hear it?
I don't know. No
Probably
idea.
wasn't that loud.
Yep, so that's what I'm squaring up with this week. What about you, Cheese? What are you squaring up with?
I'm squaring up with the Presta valve. It's a special type of bike pump valve.
Yep.
That is not the normal one that every other bike in the world uses. It's like a performance one, and so it needs its own special type of pump that maybe I don't have yet. So we had to go out before we bought an adapter for it. I was stuck with a flat tire on the beach. So
if you're at the beach and you saw some crazy dude riding around with only his front wheel on the ground, that was our producer.
That was probably David.
Nollying, buddy.
That was D-Rod likes to nolly, man.
Matt, what's your woe dude?
My woe dude of the week. Is that Australia has these damn birds that attack your neck. We never got into that. And it's the most terrifying video I've ever seen in my life, and it's literally my worst nightmare. So
I totally forgot that you hate birds.
I hate birds.
Yeah, it honestly was very intense.
They're called Australian magpies. And there's this video of this lady, and she has a helmet on, and she has these branches that protect the back of her neck. Because I guess if you ride your bike through where their nest is at or their territory, they come up and they attack you from behind. And they always go for the neck. And they literally kill people. So this lady wanted to find a way to stop him, so she had 2 ideas. One, helmet with some branches in the back, and it stopped them from like attacking her, or at least they didn't actually get to her. The second one was to draw eyeballs. The eyeballs looked like boobs.
I feel like they would have worked if they were googly eyes.
Oh
maybe.
yeah, 1000%.
If they were googly eyes, that would have worked. Drawing the eyeballs, and first of all, they look like tits. They didn't look like eyeballs. You could not tell. So I think if she drew them, if she used googly eyes, I feel like that would have worked.
And she was getting attacked. So then she's riding the bike, and you see this bird come flying out, and then freaking just like bonking her on the head.
Yeah, it was
Bonk, bonk,
so
bonk.
fast, dude. It's insane.
Yeah.
I could see how it would kill people.
Yep,
it makes sense.
And not even just like the bird itself, but like getting hit and then swerving into traffic and getting hit by a car. Could
Yeah,
totally see that.
definitely wear a helmet in Australia, for sure.
But Don, what's your woe, dude?
Oh, I just had the Impossible Burger from Burger King.
Nice.
Let me tell you guys, it's possible
Yeah.
to eat it. It's really good. Nice. I really liked it, and I've never really had anything like that before. So I was nervous, but like so hungry. So it worked out. It was delicious. What about you, David? What got you woe dude? What got you woe dude of the week, dude?
Starting the violin and seeing how nuanced like an instrument can be.
Nice.
There's so many different factors that go into it.
Do you enjoy that process?
Yeah.
Yeah, like the beginning steps of like learning it all.
Oh, I don't know about that. It's satisfying to when you get it.
Yeah.
But like it's such a small percentage of the time that like it's gonna take a while to not want to quit because it sounds so bad.
How many instruments do you play now?
I don't know. Guitar, technically ukulele, bass, piano, and violin. I wouldn't say I play. I'm still a beginner at piano.
You're good at piano. I like you on piano.
I can play stuff if I practice it a lot and just memorize it.
Yeah.
But yeah. Matt, what's your
What got me stoked this
got
week?
you stoked this week?
I bought a Venus flytrap.
Yes.
I bought a Venus flytrap.
With the best name.
Then I named it Hydra because it has.
No, you gave it a girl name.
I named it Hydrita at one point, but I was like, nah, Hydra. So it's Hydra because it has a bunch of little mouths that come out, and I got it because I'm tired of squaring up with flies. So hopefully, apparently,
Is that really what you got?
I swear to God. And so
I don't think that's gonna catch a lot of flies, dude.
No, so what they do is they release this nectar that the flies are attracted to, so they go over to it, and then they land in the mouth, and then the thing goes.
Should you put it in a different casing, you think?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to buy like this little like glass globe.
Okay,
So.
right on.
So we'll see. Yeah, David, what got you stoked this week?
What got me stoked was the beach. It was the first beach weekend of the year.
Nice.
It's officially summer, baby.
It's summer, baby.
Shown by last week's tank tops.
Dude, hell yeah! Shouty touty
fuck.
to the farmer
Do you want
tans.
to talk about those for a couple seconds?
Damn, David said it was fine. David said we look fine. David, we asked David. We said, David, do we look okay? And David goes, you guys look fine. Don't ever trust David when he says anything,
Dalton
because
was very mad.
I was in shock about how bad we looked, and David goes, you look fine. I don't ever trust you anymore, ever again.
You look fine right now, too.
No, shut up, because, bro, I didn't know it was that bad.
What are you talking about?
Our farmer tans, we look like what you can't even explain it. It was ridiculous. And now I gotta lay out on the weekends just so I get a little bit of color on me.
Oh, no. You have to tan?
Dude, it's so boring. You have to lay down.
Just take a nap.
No. I get bored after 10 minutes. It's hard.
Okay.
So I'm going to wear a lot of tanning lotion
Nice.
and just freaking lather that bitch up.
There you go.
But yeah, to the first of many beach trips. It's going to be a good time.
That'd be fun.
Yeah. What about you, Don? What got you stoked?
Is his name Bo Burnham?
Yep.
Yeah, Bo Burnham's special on Netflix. It's just so good. I don't know what it was about it, but it was really cool. It's just very different that you get to watch and just see somebody just let their own artistic views kind of push them to where they want to go with no distractions because it was COVID. So the way it was written and directed, and it was all by him. And it was just his little project that he was able to do.
He did it all himself.
Oh yeah. So much respect to that guy. You could tell he went through it. So it was very cool and uplifting to watch.
All right, everybody, if you made it this far into the podcast, thank you so much for your time. Go ahead and leave us a 5-star rating and review wherever you are listening to this. And if you are here watching us on YouTube, thank you so much. Go ahead and click the subscribe button down below and the bell notification icon in the corner, just so you know whenever we upload these videos. And until next week, everybody stay safe. I'm Drum.
And I'm Drummer.
We'll see you guys then. Bye.
Bye.